Cable 7 and 103.7 WTIB present Talk of the Town with Henry Hinton. News, sports, and community information and everything that's going on around town. Now, with Talk of the Town, here's your host, Henry Hinton.
Come on. Oh, there we are. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. It is Talk of the Town for Monday, December the 2nd. Nice to have you with us this morning. It is December already, and it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
It's getting close. Man, it's here.
By the way, we're playing 24-hour Christmas music on Star 94.3. If you want Christmas music while you're driving around or in the house. Michael, can we put that on Cable 7? Are we going to play Christmas music on Cable 7?
Yes, it'll start the 14th, I think.
Why don't you just put Star on? Can you not do that? We have our own brand.
We don't have to wire it. I got to rewire it to do that.
Lord, we don't want to have to rewire
it'll start that. We'll play it. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's coming.
But people can listen now to Star 94.3. We have Christmas music every day, 24 hours a day. I guess we got Bob and Sherry in the morning, and then you've got Jennifer Little in the afternoons with the Greenville Grapevine Girls, and then Delilah at night. So I guess we're playing it at night. I need to find out from Dylan if we're playing it during Delilah. Do you like Delilah? I've always liked that show.
I don't
Delilah is now on Star 94.3. I like it because she tells everybody, I'm going to play a song for you now. Bye-bye.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so McGee is here. We got a lot to talk about. I went to the ECU basketball game last night. That was a heartbreaker.
Yeah, it sure was. Yes,
I don't know what it is about UNC Wilmington. They have our number, kind of like UAB has North Carolina's number.
Wait, what?
Sorry, Carly. By the way, you've had so little sleep. Did you know Carolina lost in basketball last night?
Yeah.
Did you know they lost in
Yeah,
football?
I got that. Yeah, thanks. We had breaking news this morning, you know.
What was your breaking? You had to get up and go cover
That
breaking
was
news?
pretty breaking news.
What
Yeah.
was it? Was it the
We
Kinston
did.
thing?
6:02 a.m. A call came in to 1989 Summerhaven Drive in Greenville this morning. There was a fire on a fence, and then they heard that it was potentially creeping towards the home, maybe towards the attic. So they had to get there pretty quick, but no injuries. So
Where is
that's
Summer
good.
Winds? Is that where is
Right off of East Fire Tower. Right off Fire Tower,
yeah,
near
I
Corey
know where that-
Drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know where that is.
Kind of some of them look like duplexes.
Kind of across
down the road.
from the Treetops subdivision.
Yeah, close.
Across Fire Tower, up by the Paramore subdivision.
Closer, yeah.
Yeah, kind of on the back side of Lindale, actually. Yeah, and Chesapeake, back in there.
So far, we've heard no injuries, so that's good.
Were there any fried turkey fires? Did anybody catch their house on fire with a fried turkey?
I have not heard of one.
I didn't hear one either, which is a good sign.
Maybe
Which is a
people are
good
finally getting the
sign.
message that you can't fry those things frozen.
Yeah. Hello.
We did not have fried turkey. Did you guys have fried turkey?
No.
You know, we fried one years ago, and it was just I didn't. Everybody talks about how much better fried turkeys are. I didn't get it.
Yeah, no.
Have you had fried turkey?
If I've had it before, I couldn't tell you
Have you, Carly?
when it
Yes, I had it at the Rocky Mountain Volunteer Fire Department.
And
Awesome.
was. Really?
you think it's
Awesome.
better than just roasting your turkey,
Oh,
baking it?
you know, I kind of like it both ways, honestly. But it was really good there, and it was nice and warm too.
Still juicy? Still real juicy?
Oh yeah, very much so.
It is a little juicier,
Yeah,
probably.
you just have to be very cautious about defrosting and making sure the bird is, got no ice in there, because that's
Right.
what violently reacts.
It'll blow up.
Right.
I saw the Greenville Fire Department put a video online. They actually put a frozen turkey into a pot to show what would happen.
Right.
Wow.
Huge flames.
Not a good thing.
I'm never trying that.
Not a good
It's
thing.
crazy.
Never.
Scary.
A lot of football over the weekend, a lot to talk about. We talked about this last hour. I cannot remember 3 games ending more boom, boom, boom. More exciting football. You had Duke, Carolina come down to the wire. You had Michigan, Ohio State come down to the wire. And I saw the end of all – I didn't watch any of these games, but I saw the end of all 3 of them live. I don't know how. I just happened to –
Well, that was the best part.
And
Of
then,
all three.
and then, of course, there was the Auburn-Alabama game.
It was the best part of all three. Yeah,
That was incredible.
phenomenal. Great endings.
And who is going to win National Coach of the Year? Gus Malzahn from Auburn or David Cutcliffe from Duke? Who would you vote for
You know,
after Saturday night?
as much as I like him, I'd have to go with Gus Malzahn.
You know the Auburn guy's gonna win it because he's just more high profile. And then with that ending on Saturday night
Yeah.
against the number one team in the
Yeah.
country.
And for Auburn to have won back-to-back games the way they did, they won the game the weekend before against Georgia.
They just got lucky on that one.
The tip pass.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
They called it the miracle at Jordan Hare.
Both were miracles.
So now Auburn is ranked number 3.
They moved up to number 3 in the BCS
So when
standings.
does the playoffs start? Next year?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Think about it this way. If we had a playoff system
Playoffs.
this year, Alabama could redeem itself
Yep.
and come back and still win the national championship because they're number 4 in the BCS rankings. Mm-hmm. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
And the only way they could redeem themselves now, which is this is not going to happen, if Duke were to beat Florida State in the ACC championship, which is highly unlikely.
Did you see the early line on that game for Saturday?
No, I have not.
Saturday, Duke will play Florida State for the ACC
Let me
championship.
guess. I'm going to say 23.
No, it was 27.
Really?
The early line was 20. That may have changed since then, but
No, I can see.
the early line on the Duke game was Duke losing to Florida State by 27 points. What do you think about that? Is that
They're talented enough to do it. They are. and they should end up in the national title game should Jameis Winston. Well, they will if they win, obviously, over the weekend. And I think they'll win it all if Jameis Winston stays out of handcuffs between now and then, which is still remain to be seen.
is he being framed? This is the
Yes,
Florida State quarterback.
I think he's absolutely
being framed, isn't he?
I think the girl is seeing what he will become and what he already is, and she's really upset that he broke her heart back in the day. I think it was consensual, and she is now saying that it was rape. I could be totally wrong, but I don't think
It just doesn't feel right,
it
does
just
it?
doesn't have a
Just
good feel
doesn't feel
to it.
right.
Nope.
And I saw the Alabama quarterback come off the field, and he got his supermodel girlfriend.
Yeah.
What's his name?
AJ McCarron. Her name is Kristen Webb. I think.
Yeah.
Is it Kristen
And
Webb?
she was standing there, and she gave him the "Ooh, I'm sorry" look.
Yeah.
He was like,
Catherine Webb. Excuse me, Catherine Webb.
"She's the one that Brent Musburger made famous."
Yeah.
What did he say about her?
Oh baby, maybe or something like oh baby.
All you young boys, get out there and throw that football.
That's what it was. Yeah.
You see what can happen. Oh, baby.
Yeah. I think for many guys, that kiss would have certainly taken the place of a loss from Catherine Webb,
And
but not for me.
so the Panthers game with New Orleans, which is shaping up to be maybe the game of the year in the NFL, has been moved to Sunday night so NBC can televise it nationally.
Yeah.
They've announced that game has been moved. It was originally going to be played Sunday afternoon, but they've now moved it to Sunday night. It's what they call the NFL flexed it. The NFL has the ability to change the schedule and put another game on, on primetime national TV. And so now the Panthers are so hot, and they become such the story in the NFL this year that the Sunday, the game with New Orleans has now been moved to Sunday night prime time, which upsets me because they don't start till 8:35.
And I guess they couldn't wait until after tonight because the Saints play the Seahawks tonight.
Yes.
And I mean, the Saints are 9-2, Seahawks are 10-1. That's going to be tonight's a huge game.
But am I right that is there almost virtually no way at this point that the Panthers could miss the playoffs? I guess they could if they went on a losing streak. But,
I'm not sure. It's week 13, so there are 3 games left, and if they lost the remaining 3 games,
but they
they'd
got
finish.
9 wins. I guess they'd have to. Because you've had 10-win teams that didn't make the playoffs, but the other 2 teams in their division are Atlanta and who else? Tampa Bay are not good.
No.
So you got to think the Panthers will be the wild card.
Yeah, and with the Jets, and they play the Saints twice, and then the
But
Jets.
they could end up winning. If they beat New Orleans next Sunday night, they could end up winning their division.
Yeah.
So,
But they're tied with the Saints with the most wins right now. The Saints are 9-2. The Panthers are 9-3. So if the Saints lose tonight, they'll be tied for the overall record at both at 9-3. But then they face each other next Sunday night.
I'm getting criticized. Don't you think you should talk about Rose football a little bit more? Yes, I do.
Yes,
Rose
that was a big win.
Rose got a big win over the
They
weekend.
certainly got a big win.
Sproul Alexander sent me. Sorry, Sproul.
Yes.
Sproul's son plays for Rose.
Yes.
So tell me about Rose.
Well,
They won over.
we didn't even talk much about their win the week prior to
'cause they beat Conley.
when they knocked off Conley. That was a
Yeah.
very impressive win. And right
So
now,
where's Rose now? Where do they? Sproul, call us
They're
at
in the-
561-8255 and tell us
they'll
about
move
Rose.
on to take on Scotland County now. They beat Hoggard, which was a surprise.
But where are we on the journey? Are we close to the state championship?
They're now in the fourth Eastern Finals.
Yeah.
Eastern Finals.
So if they win this
Rose
one,
is
they go
in.
to the state championship.
Yeah.
Call us, Sproul. I want to hear about this.
Yep.
561-8255. He's absolutely right. We have not given Rose High the appropriate
Now
attention.
12-2. But they take on a 14-0 Scotland County team. It's going to be tough to knock off Scotland
Is anybody else left locally? Is
No.
Tarboro?
No, Tarboro got beat by
Tarboro got
Wallace Rose Hill.
All right, so Sproul's calling, and we'll
Aiden
get.
Grifton might still be live. I don't know what Aiden Grifton did.
No, I
this
think
weekend.
they're
Did they
gone.
get beat?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go to
Oh
the
yeah, they got
telephone.
beat by Northeastern. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth City, Northeastern, did they win over the weekend?
They did.
So there's an area team.
Mm-hmm.
Sproul Alexander on line one. You're absolutely right, Sproul. Thanks for your on-air criticism.
I was being nice about it now. Ease up.
Well, you were not really being nice, but it was appropriate because we have not talked about Rose as much as we should. And I know that you're. How about Washington? Frank Stiers just texted me and said Washington's
Oh, the
still
Pan
alive.
Pack. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
All right, so
You
now tell me
local,
about.
we got to get a new local sportsman.
Yeah, he's in love with Cam Newton and he can't get off.
Sorry,
of it. Yeah,
Sproul. I apologize.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, now
Oh,
you've
no.
embarrassed him live on the
It
air,
was
which
Thank
is
you.
that's
Thank
good
you
for
for
his
calling
good-
me out,
That's
Sproul.
good for his ego. He needed to come down a couple of notches.
Jeez.
All right, now, so now tell us about Rose. They won on Friday night. So this is the Eastern Championship coming up.
What they call the Eastern Regionals.
Yeah.
There's 4 teams left, and I'll fumble on this one now. All I know is we're concentrated on Scotland County, which is 3 hours and a half away.
Where's that game going to be? Is that on Friday night?
It's Friday night, 7:30 in Scotland County.
Wow.
And Sproul, they're good.
Where is Scotland County?
They're really good.
You can't get there from here. You have to go to Laurinburg and take a right. You have to go to Lumberton and take a right.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's down there between is that around Pinehurst somewhere?
It's below Pinehurst.
Further than
It's
Pinehurst.
further south. And
Wow.
our state magazine did a really good piece, Sproul, on the tradition of Scotland County football about a month ago. I hope the Ramblers can knock them off, but that's a good football team down there.
Yeah, they've got one, I think they only have one high school in the whole county. They get all the ball players for one county.
Yeah.
See, that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's
Good
like
for your program.
It's like Richmond County.
Well, that was
right?
the other school they
See,
profiled. was
Richmond County, their high school is so large, and they have traditionally, the Board of Education down there has kept them from building another high school, so the football program will be as strong as it is. It's kind of like Friday Night Lights in Texas kind of thing.
Well, they're very talented. They're very big. Their defensive line is as big as probably East Carolina. Some of them, they're huge. Not to say that we're small, but they're very big. And
Well, Rose
they got
High
a
has
lot
at
of
least one or two Division I prospects, right?
Probably 2 Division I. There's the Division II schools haven't come courting yet, so
Yeah.
we're waiting to see what's going to happen.
So what's
very obvious
the defensive lineman is
Octavia Street.
Yeah, no, we heard he was leaning toward NC State. Hopefully, he's come to his senses since then.
Well, he still has 4 or 5 on his short list. I think it's a very confusing thing for a 17-year-old, 270-pound athlete to figure out where he wants to go.
I think
what
he
he
should
wants to
stay
do.
here and play at East Carolina.
I think he'll be right
that
there
would-
in the red and white come next year.
That would probably be a great thing for the East Carolina people. I'm not sure it's on a short list.
Yeah, I've seen it. The list that the newspaper published a while back had like LSU.
It's not. ECU's not on his short list. No. I think it'll be. I think it'll be.
I've talked to some of the coaching staff who, I can't talk about that because that's an NCAA violation. Let me just say that I don't think it's over yet. East Carolina.
It's never over till you sign. So.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So congratulations to Rose High. The program's gotten back there, right? I mean, it's been, how many state championships in a row? 4, and then the program kind of went backwards a little bit, and now we're back.
It was interesting that you're correct. I think that athletically we're better than we've been. Our last year we played with mainly sophomores, and this year we're a mix of sophomores and seniors. But I think it was interesting that there's a website called Max Preps, and you can look at all the teams in the country, and they did an article on the dynasties in North Carolina over the years, and they mentioned New Bern, and who has a very, very, very good football program. And I thought it was really uncanny that Rose was not mentioned when they've won 4 of the last, and it talked about the last 10 years in high school football, and Rose has won 4 of the last 10, didn't even mention them.
Wow.
And nobody else that was mentioned in the article won more than 2. And so, it's
is that typical of the fact that Greenville Rose has always been in the shadows in the media here because of East Carolina, you think?
I tell you, I think that the media is more the Charlotte teams, Piedmont teams get more pull than anything
Right.
east of 95. We're still trying to find running water. And we just don't get a lot of publicity as you get on the side of 95.
All right, Sproul, we got to go, but thank you for telling us
Thank
about
you.
Rose and for demanding more airtime for the Rose Rampants.
Well, you can do better.
We'll try to do better this week.
All right, thank you, buddy.
And also, Frank just mentioned that just texted me, said that Washington
We'll take on High Point.
goes to High Point Andrews,
The top
so neither
seed.
one of those games are going to be local. All right, 21 after 8 o'clock. Let's get some news headlines in right now. We had breaking news this morning. Carly was out early, chasing this story down. Let's go to our WITN news headlines now. Here's Carly Swain.
Good morning, Henry. Yeah, this breaking news from overnight. We heard a fire call come in from 1989 Summer Haven Drive in Greenville. Fire officials tell us that there is a fence on fire at that home and might have been creeping towards the attic. At this point, fire officials tell us no injuries were reported. They're continuing to investigate what started that blaze. In other news this morning, Kinston police actively searching for a man they say shot 2 other men Saturday night at a public housing complex. Officers with Kinston PD tell us they got the call a minute before midnight at Carver Court Apartments. Investigators say they arrived to find 2 men shot, 26-year-old Ricky Davis and 22-year-old Miguel Wingate. Wingate was taken to Lenore Memorial Hospital, then later airlifted to Vida Medical Center, where officials tell us he is in critical condition this morning. Officer Dilday says that police have determined there was 1 gunman. All 3 people involved in that incident knew each other. Police would not elaborate on the motive of the shooting, but said they are actively working off of a suspect description, a description they did not want to release at this time. No word yet on any arrests in that case. A Farmville man waking up in jail today waiting for his first appearance, accused of armed robbery and kidnapping. Detention center officials confirmed 29-year-old Jerome Melton of Farmville was arrested by the sheriff's office just before 6 Sunday night. He's charged with 2 counts of robbery with a dangerous weapon plus a charge of second-degree kidnapping. We're waiting to hear more from investigators about that case. For now, we know Melton's bond set at $75,000. 1 person killed, another injured in a single vehicle accident over the weekend in Carteret County. Highway Patrol troopers in Carteret County tell us it was just 9 miles east of Beaufort along Highway 70 before 3 o'clock in the afternoon when they say 55-year-old Bruce Hill of Smyrna was killed. His passenger, Deb Parker, taken to Vida Medical Center in Greenville. She was listed in good condition this morning. That's an upgrade from the fair condition she was last in. Troopers say the vehicle crossed the center line, ended up in the ditch. They're still investigating why. Finally, this morning, the Coast Guard has rescued 2 people from a 22-foot sailboat that ran aground at the entrance to the Alligator River. No injuries were reported this weekend. The owner is scheduled to salvage that boat. The Coast Guard says people aboard Permission Impossible contacted the North Carolina Command Center around 5:30 Friday to request assistance. A rescue swimmer lowered from a MH-60 Jayhawk helicopter hoisted a man and a woman from the sailboat, took them to the Coast Guard Air Station Elizabeth City, where they were taken to a local hotel. The Coast Guard also sent out a 25-foot rescue boat, but it was unable to get close enough to pass a tow line to the sailboat due to the shallow water. That's a look at your WITN News update. Time now is 8:24. Henry, back to you.
All right, very good. Thank you, Carly. Have a great Cyber Monday. Let's go to McGee and check the Cyber Monday for. I guess it doesn't matter if you're doing Cyber Monday; you'll be inside anyway.
Yeah, it won't matter.
Here's our Cyber Monday forecast with McGee.
Yeah, if you're shopping inside today online, you're going to have overcast skies with a high near 55 degrees. Cloudy for tonight, becoming mostly clear after midnight. Lows in the mid-30s. Sunshine back in the mix for your Tuesday, high around 60 degrees. A few clouds from time to time on Tuesday night with lows around 43 for Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds, with highs in the upper 60s, and pretty much the same forecast intact for Thursday, but warmer as highs get up into the mid-70s for Thursday.
All right, 25 minutes after 8 o'clock. As we go to break here, we'll be back with more.
War Eagle. War dang Eagle.
Okay.
Cam Newton yesterday. That's how he opened his press conference in Charlotte yesterday. War dang Eagle. I like that. 25. You'd have to understand the reference there. That's the war cry of the Auburn Tigers, his alma mater. They're going to Saturday night's game is going to make them forget Cam down there, isn't it?
Yeah, it might.
26 after 8. More Talk of the Town coming up. We'll be back. Stay with us.
System really make a difference? At Vidant Health, we're empowering people with tools and resources to detect and manage chronic disease. Can diabetes education and management help members of your family lead healthier lives? The answer is definitely yes.
This November, you won't hear us say no, 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 because we're saying yes, yes, yes. It's Yes-Vember at Greenville Toyota. During Toyotathon, we're saying yes to lowering your payments to as low as $148 a month. Yes to no payments until next year. Yes to getting 0% APR financing. Yes to getting financed. We want to help, even if you've had credit issues in the past. It's Yes-Vember. This is the month where we say yes to great savings. Hurry to Greenville Toyota today, where if you give us 15 minutes, we'll lower your payment.
Pepsi, born here, raised by Panthers fans everywhere.
Raise your Pepsi for a chance to win the ultimate fan experience. See specially marked 18 packs or visit PepsiRaisedHere.com to learn more.
Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage Company will deliver a storage unit to your home or business today. Stallings Storage is the only local company providing mobile storage units 8x15 or 8x10. Delivered to your site. If you are remodeling your home or office or need to store merchandise and inventory at your business, you need to call Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage. We deliver, pick up, and store it for you. It's that easy, and there's no need to send your business out of town when your mobile storage needs can be met right here with people you know. Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage is located in Pitt County on Beast Oaks Road. It's a well-secured facility with a live-in manager. Fixed units range from 5 feet by 10 feet to 40 feet by 40 feet. We store boats, cars, anything you need. We are pirate supporting pirates. Call Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage today at 321-2300. That's 321-2300.
Having a vision of what really matters is how we succeed. Keeping an eye on the ball, seeing all the things that we need. Focusing on the big picture, always striving to do what's right.
Talk of the Town brought to you by Homer Tire and the Homer Tire Real Estate Team. The holidays are here, and that means a lot of our real estate agents, after a busy summer, because sales have been good, are taking some time off. But not those guys who work for you at Homer Tire. Homer and his guys are going to continue to work right through the holidays. Of course, this is a busy time of year for folks trying to sell their homes. And if you want to list your home with the guy who's going to sell it, let me suggest that you pick up the phone and call 758-HOME. That's 758-4663. That's the Homer Tire team. Homer is the guy that offers you the Homer Tire guarantee. If he doesn't sell the home to someone else for the price and by the deadline you need it sold, he'll buy the home from you himself. That's a guarantee, and he will not make you stay with a contract you're unhappy with. These 6-month contracts, no good with Homer. If you want out of the deal at any time, he'll move on to the next prospect. Hey, they've sold well over 200 homes now this year, and so if you want to go with a guy who's going to get it done for you, call Homer Tire and the Homer Tire Real Estate Team. 758-HOME, or visit them online, guaranteedsellnc.com. 8:30 now. Coach, we insulted the Plymouth folks. Plymouth is also in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Who they got on Friday night? See, this is why when you start.
Lejeune,
yeah.
They got Lejeune. They got Lejeune.
2 13-win
not
teams.
Lejeune.
Lejeune and Plymouth. They should beat Lejeune.
You think?
Yep, I do.
So of all the area teams, who do you give the best chance of winning a state championship?
I'd have to give it to probably Northeastern.
Really?
Yeah.
Up in Elizabeth City?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're really talented. I've seen them play. They're fast. They're big. They're good.
Sounds like Rose has got their hands full with Scotland County on Friday night. That'll be interesting to
they do, but hey, no one thought they could knock off Hogger. They did that, so who knows what can happen.
All right, talk of the town here on Monday morning. We are already into December, and several things to talk about. Saturday is the Christmas parade. We're still working on details about that. The Greenville Christmas parade, with the East Carolina football game out of the picture now for Saturday, we thought we'd be dealing with the championship game here in Greenville. We were hoping that we would, but with that out of the way, but remember, they have moved the time up. Ashton told us last week that the time of the parade would be 10 a.m. no matter what, no matter whether East Carolina had the game or not. So the Greenville JC's Christmas parade, 10 a.m. this coming Saturday. And then the Greenville Gives promotion is going to be down at 5 Points Plaza on Friday night. Easter Seals, Ronald McDonald House, Pitt County Animal Shelter, the Salvation Army, Operation Santa Claus, and there were some folks who brought out some toys last night out to the East Carolina basketball game. I stopped by and talked to some of the Operation Santa Claus folks last night. But the big date we're all moving toward now for our big Coats for Kids campaign is coming up on December the 13th. Now, this Friday we'll be live at Krispy Kreme. And then the following Friday is our big Operation Santa Claus Coats for Kids campaign, where we want you to go ahead and start digging out those old coats out of your closet and bring them to Rep Express on the morning of the 13th. Daryl Harrison from Xerox is sponsoring the big Operation Santa Claus event that morning. We're actually working on getting Santa Claus himself there.
Oh, wow. That'd be huge.
But the Salvation Army Operation Santa Claus folks will be there, and for everybody who brings out an unwrapped toy for a Pitt County child, all of the coats, all of the toys stay in Pitt County. Not not going to some operation somewhere where there's some $400,000, $500,000 salaries. These national organizations that you hear about. If you give to the Operation Santa Claus deal, it's going to stay right here in Pitt County. And there are a lot of kids that still do not have coats. Now, it's going to warm up some this week, but the cold weather is still coming. And there are a lot of children in Pitt County that do not have coats for the winter. And so we're hoping that you will bring out your coat. And Bowen Cleaners has agreed to dry clean the coats for us at no charge, which is a really nice thing Bowen is doing. And then if you bring a toy, an unwrapped toy, or a coat, a gently used coat. We don't need coats that are all torn up, but coats that your kids are just not able to wear anymore. Bring those out to Rep Express on December 13th, and everybody who brings out a coat or a toy that morning is going to get a free T-shirt, courtesy of the guys at Stadium Sports. And it's all being brought to you by Xerox Document Solutions East and our buddy Daryl Harrison.
It's an awesome deal.
Who of course is the football official, and his season will conclude this coming week. I think he may have a game. He may have a conference championship game. He never wants us to say what games he's doing in advance.
You won't get a bowl game?
He probably will, but not on the 13th of December. He'll be with us. Yeah. So thanks to everybody who came out Friday. How about the crowd we had out at the Varsity Club on Friday?
There's nowhere to sit.
It was standing room only. In fact, some folks left because they couldn't get a table, including you.
I couldn't.
You ended up leaving.
No place for me to sit. I'd been there since 9:30. I couldn't find a place to sit to watch the game.
I saw your wife drive up, and you guys left because you couldn't find. Somebody stole your table the minute you finished doing the broadcast.
Yeah.
At noon, huge crowd, and we had a good time in spite of the outcome of the game. What do you make of that? I mean, if East Carolina and Marshall played 10 times, is Marshall that much better than East Carolina?
I'd favor the home team every time out. I think being at home, I think the short week, as Jay Sonhalter pointed out time and time again on the show on Friday, which I thought was a great point, the short week I thought did play a factor in that game. And I thought Marshall was arguably the most prepared team for what ECU brings to the table than anybody they've seen the entire year.
Yeah.
They were ready for what ECU had to bring offensively, and they had the recipe for slowing down our strength, which is the passing game.
Coach Logan watched the game on TV. I talked to him on the telephone Saturday. We'll have our final. By the way, the final Steve Logan show of the year is tonight. This is the last Steve Logan show of the year coming up tonight. Coach Logan will be on from 6 to 8 tonight, brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers in Greenville and Winterville. By the way, I saw Keith Styron out at the basketball game last night.
Very good.
Disappointing finish to that game, too. Wow.
Were you going to say what Coach Logan said about the game?
No, I he didn't talk much about it, but he watched the game, so I'm going to be interested in hearing what he says tonight.
Yeah.
He did notice, though, what the Marshall coaches were crowing about is that Marshall came out in a 3-3-5 defense, and East Carolina had not seen that on tape. All the tape that they'd seen on Marshall had been playing a 4-3 defense. So you kind of have to hand it to the Marshall coaches. They threw a wrinkle at East Carolina that maybe we weren't quite ready for. And I think if Shane Carden looked confused, that was probably what was going on. They had not prepared for that defense.
Yeah.
So you gotta kind of hand it to the Marshall coaches. Although I thought it was funny that they were crowing about it in the newspapers up there in West Virginia. I'm not sure that was nice.
And I think they'll beat Rice to win.
Is it Rice?
Yeah. I think they'll be.
Boy, how exciting is that Conference USA Championship game? Marshall versus Rice. Please tell me it's going to be at Rice. Do we know? Please tell me it'll be played in front of 200 people in a 70,000-seat stadium at Rice.
Let's see that.
So glad East Carolina's
Yeah, they'll host Marshall. Yeah,
oh,
it's going to be at Rice. Yeah.
So the game will be played on Saturday.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. 22 minutes in front of 9. We got to get a break in. We'll come back. If you want to get online this morning, we got some open lines. If you want to talk about the East Carolina football game, we didn't have a post-game show on Saturday, so this will be a chance for you to call and vent.
And we can talk about where you think they might end up at the bowl.
Where do you want to go to a bowl game? See, everybody's putting down the Beef O'Brady Bowl thing in St. Peter. I'm all about going to Florida to a bowl game. We've never been to a Florida bowl game. I don't care if we will play Toledo.
Or Ohio.
Would you rather go there, or would you rather go to the Military Bowl and play Boston College?
Or Maryland.
Oh, man.
Again.
561-8255. Give us a call. We'll be back. It's 21 in front of 9.
Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage Company will deliver a storage unit to your home or business today. Stallings Storage is the only local company providing mobile storage units 8x15 or 8x10. Delivered to your site. If you are remodeling your home or office or need to store merchandise and inventory at your business, you need to call Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage. We deliver, pick up, and store it for you. It's that easy, and there's no need to send your business out of town when your mobile storage needs can be met right here with people you know. Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage is located in Pitt County on Beast Oaks Road. It's a well-secured facility with a live-in manager. Fixed units range from 5 feet by 10 feet to 40 feet by 40 feet. We store boats, cars, anything you need. We are pirate supporting pirates. Call Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage today at 321-2300. That's 321-2300.
Winslow's Tavern and Dance Art Theater presents the Nutcracker Ballet on Sunday, December the 8th at Wright Auditorium on the campus of ECU. This year, the Nutcracker will have 2 performances, a Sunday matinee at 2 and a Sunday performance at 7. Tickets are $32 for adults and $28 for students. Net proceeds from this event will be donated to the Children's Miracle Network to benefit the James and Connie Maynard Children's Hospital at Vidant Medical Center. For tickets, call 328-4788 or 1-800-ECU-ARTS.
The Pirates return to Williams Arena at Minges Coliseum in November. Be part of the action-packed atmosphere as your CIT champion men's basketball team takes to the court. You'll be on your feet and cheering as Conference USA Coach of the Year Heather Macy leads the women's team back to postseason play. Get all 31 home men's and women's games for as low as $100. For tickets, call 252-737-4500 or visit ECUPirates.com.
Having a vision of what really matters is how we succeed. Keeping an eye on the ball, seeing all the things that we need. Focusing on the big picture, always striving to do what's right. Carolina Vision Care, we keep what's important in sight.
When you're on the go, it's Trade Wilco. No matter where you go in Eastern Carolina, there's sure to be an attractive and always clean Trade Wilco Hess station nearby. For the absolute lowest prices on gas, groceries, and travel necessities, stop at any of the Trade Wilco Hess stations throughout Eastern Carolina. Keep your eyes on the road, but remember to look for the green and white Hess sign. The best part? No one supports the ECU Pirates more. So when you're on the go, it's Trade Wilco. Talk of the Town here for Monday morning, the 2nd day of November. Welcome back. Good to have everybody back in the saddle. It's kind of good to get back in the routine a little bit, isn't it? When I got up this morning at 5 o'clock, I was like, I'm kind of glad, you know? I could kind of get back in the groove a little bit.
I could take another 3 or 4 days off. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. I didn't get to do much because Thanksgiving, you're so busy. You're going from here to there, family's house on both sides. I didn't have any time for any yard work and do some things I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know?
You can come to my house and do some yard work if you want. If you're really into that. That's okay with me.
Power wash the house. I can't do any of that stuff.
18 in front of 9 o'clock. If you were reading the newspaper yesterday, or really the News Observer the whole weekend, the agenda that the News Observer has, it's becoming actually laughable at this point because they just will not give up. I mean, you know, again, if you go back and say, what is it that they think that McCrory has done poorly? And the big thing is the fact that it just keeps coming back up over and over and over again, that these two young guys that work for the Department of Health and Human Services are making over $80,000 salaries. And again, it's such a double standard because this kind of stuff went on forever under the Democratic leadership in the state, and nothing was ever said. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just throwing it out there that, you know, it's an agenda by the News Observer, and it's like, you know, weak points speak louder. They just go on. How long has it been going on now? How long? It's been 6 months, and they continue to talk about Ricky Diaz making $85,000 a year at Department of Health and Human Services. Well, on Thanksgiving Day, it was, I think, They ran a column on what politicians in North Carolina should be thankful for. It says, as America pauses for the national holiday, North Carolina politicians have special reasons to give thanks. Here are a few things that should have our state political polls, meaning political personalities, whispering words of gratitude before they dive into the pumpkin pie. Governor Pat McCrory is thankful for the abundance of young people willing to take high-paying jobs in his administration. Boom, strike one. Dr. Aldana Voss, head of the State Department of Health and Human Services, is thankful for the Affordable Care Act insurance enrollment site, healthcare.gov. True, some North Carolina doctors still aren't getting paid for treating Medicaid patients, but at least NC Trax is not bringing down a presidency. All right? Fact. NC Trax was a Bev Perdue administration program that the McCrory administration has been trying to straighten out since they took office. The News Observer left that part out. It was a disaster when Dr. Aldana Voss took over Health and Human Services. They're still trying to get it straightened out. The third point in this column, back to the two young men making the high salaries in the administration. DHHS spokesman Ricky Diaz has 85,000 reasons to be thankful. I mean, this is a 6-month-old story, and it won't go away. They just will not give it up. Former Governor Bev Perdue is thankful for Governor Pat McCrory, another strong candidate for the title Governor Misspeak. Legislative Democrats are thankful their chamber microphones still work. Otherwise, would anyone know they're there? Who wrote this, by the way? Roy Cooper? Oh, speaking of Roy Cooper, Attorney General Roy Cooper is thankful that the next election for governor is still 3 years away, giving him plenty of time to back out. The governor's guests are thankful that the administration building is close to the executive mansion in case they have to use the bathroom. Phil Berger Jr. is thankful for Phil Berger Sr. Now, that's true. Phil Berger Jr. has just announced he's running for Congress. Senator Kay Hagan is thankful that her election is a year away. Maybe voters will have forgotten about the disastrous rollout of the health care law. I don't think so. And by the way, the National Journal ranks Senator Kay Hagan now of North Carolina as the number 7 person on the 15 most vulnerable United States Senate seats. She's been up and down, hasn't she?
She has.
She was up as high as number 2 at one time. The Washington publication notes that fortunes have changed since Hagan and Bev Perdue were swept into office in 2008 on the Obama wave. Democrats are betting that voters will see the subsequent Republican revolution in North Carolina as overreaching, and that current frontrunner Tom Tillis, the Speaker of the State House, will suffer for it. Just the opposite could be true, but as the magazine points out, polls so far show voters don't know much about Tillis. Of course, Hagan's fortunes are a bigger game. The Journal says if Republicans pick up 6 of the 7 most vulnerable seats without losing any of their own, they would control the Senate in 2015, making the Kay Hagan-Tom Tillis race, if Tom Tillis wins the primary, maybe the one that puts them over the top. And by the way, Tom Lamprecht just texted me a while back here this morning that he's going to have one of the other Republican candidates who we've had on before, Dr. Greg Brannon, is going to be on Eastern Carolina News and Views this afternoon. And by the way, the follow-up to the DHHS story was not after all this ran on Thanksgiving Day. In yesterday's paper, the News Observer did another big expose on the Department of Health and Human Services because they say that these special services contracts, that they're bringing in these consultants to try to help figure out all the problems with the NC Trax and the Medicaid and all that, that there's supposed to be memorandums in writing of that, and there's been no evidence of that. And so they're saying that DHHS. It's another big scandal of DHHS. The News Observer just can't get enough of that. Just can't get enough of it. By the way, if you went to the movies over the weekend, the Hunger Games, the new Hunger Games Catching Fire, shattered Thanksgiving movie records, $110.2 million over the 5-day weekend. Catching Fire had the fourth biggest second weekend in history behind The Avengers, Avatar, and The Dark Knight. So there you go. There's some movies coming up that look pretty good to me. I want to go out. Go out and see my annual movie in a theater coming up here over the holidays. We'll see. All right, 10 minutes in front of 9. When we come back, what did Cam Newton say yesterday after the Panthers won their 8th in a row?
Let's just say it wasn't Roll Tide.
He didn't have anything to say about the Panthers until he got something in about Auburn. If you've missed that, we'll have it for you next. McGee's coming up next with sports. Be right back.
Accidents can cause serious injuries and create many problems in your everyday life. At the law firm of Hardy & Hardy, we work to protect your rights and help solve your problems.
Attorneys Wayne and Charles Hardy help injured clients understand their rights and work diligently to obtain compensation for their damages and losses. Sharp negotiators, experienced litigators, compassionate attorneys.
If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, count on Hardy & Hardy.
Protecting the rights of the seriously injured.
Unlock the best life has to offer for generations to come. Introducing the Legacy Membership exclusively at Ironwood Golf and Country Club. As a Legacy member, you'll not only enjoy all the benefits of an active, family-friendly lifestyle, your children and grandchildren will enjoy membership status as well. Belonging to Ironwood is remarkable. Sharing it with your entire family is even better. Become a Legacy member today, only at Ironwood Golf and Country Club. Golf at its finest, life at its fullest.
This November, you won't hear us say no, 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 because we're saying yes, yes, yes. It's Yes-Vember at Greenville Toyota. During Toyotathon, we're saying yes to lowering your payments to as low as $148 a month. Yes to no payments until next year. Yes to getting 0% APR financing. Yes to getting financed. We want to help, even if you've had credit issues in the past. It's Yes-Vember. This is the month where we say yes to great savings. Hurry to Greenville Toyota today, where if you give us 15 minutes, we'll lower your payment.
Williams Arena at Minges Coliseum in November. Be part of the action-packed atmosphere as your CIT champion men's basketball team takes to the court. You'll be on your feet and cheering as Conference USA Coach of the Year Heather Macy leads the women's team back to postseason play. Get all 31 home men's and women's games for as low as $100. For tickets, call 252-737-4500 or visit ECUPirates.com.
Top Dog Academy is Eastern North Carolina's complete dog training facility. Top Dog provides an excellent environment for dogs of all ages with training services and work week daycare. Top Dog is located on Highway 43 South, just 4 miles from Belsport, and features a comfortable, healthy environment and a spacious facility for daycare and a brand new, beautiful facility for training. Call 752-8215 or visit TopDogOnline.com.
Come on out Highway 43 South to Top Dog Academy, where we know dogs.
Pepsi, born here, raised by Panthers fans everywhere.
Raise your Pepsi for a chance to win the ultimate fan experience. See specially marked 18 packs or visit PepsiRaisedHere.com to learn more.
Oh. All right, some things we talk about during commercials cannot be aired. I'm sorry. We just can't. And some things people should not. Some things people put on Facebook should not be on Facebook.
Do it.
Mad Dog, who used to work here, just put on. He's got a little 4-month-old boy. He just put on here that his 4-month-old son has discovered his junk. That's wrong, isn't it? I mean, when that kid grows up and sees that, he's not going to be happy with Daddy. That's wrong.
I can't believe he did that. I'm at a loss for words.
I'm just reading it, folks. I don't write it. Sports Update brought to you by TAB Premium Built Homes and the Southern Living House Plan Resource Center right next door to Finelli's on Red Banks Road. If you're thinking about building a house, you ought to stop by and see TAB Premium Built Homes. This is a beautiful new operation right next to Finelli's. I've been in there several times. They can help you. They got an award-winning staff to assist you in finding the perfect Southern Living house plan, or they can design one for you from scratch. They offer complete design build services from all over Eastern North Carolina, and they approach each home the same. Their homes start in the 300s, and no matter how large or how small, what matters to them is that the home is built to meet your family's specific needs and to fit your budget. One of the things they do differently, their homes are built to exceed local building codes, not just meet them. Stop in the Lindale shops and see the new Southern Living House Plan Resource Center by TAB Premium Built Homes. Who brings us to sports? Here's McGee.
All right, Cam Newton threw for 263, 2 touchdowns, ran for another as the Panthers got by the Bucs 27-6. After the game, Cam Newton acknowledged his alma mater for their big win and said the Panthers getting the win, it was not ideal, but it was a win.
War Eagle. War Dang Eagle. We did have a great win today. It wasn't, the prototypical or the way we wanted to win, but, we found a way to win, and that's the most encouraging part about
Carolina now 9-3 on the season. Will take on the Saints next Sunday night. Tonight, it's going to be the 9-2 Saints taking on the 10-1 Seahawks. ECU fell to UNCW Sunday night 70-68 after a game-time dunk attempt by ECU's Prince Williams was blocked by UNCW's Cedric Williams. The Pirates fall to 6-2. On the women's side, ECU improved to 7-0 after beating Cleveland State 75-66. Other college basketball scores, UAB knocked off number 16 North Carolina 63-59. And congrats to J.H. Rose as the Rampants will play for the Eastern Regional Finals coming up Friday night against Scotland County, with the winner advancing to the Small 4A State Championship. Plymouth, Northeastern, and Wilson Hunt, all teams within our listening area that are still alive.
Congratulations to all those teams.
Indeed.
And good luck to them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 4 minutes in front of 8 o'clock. Again, the temperatures today will get up to about 55 degrees. And then tonight it's going to be about 34. Tomorrow, sunshine. Things are going to start to warm up tomorrow. 60 degrees tomorrow, 68 on Wednesday, and back in the 70s on Thursday. How about that? Hey, tomorrow on the show, I don't know if you knew this, a couple of the celebrities from the Home and Garden Network are coming to Greenville. And our man Danny Lauderdale will be here tomorrow from Agriculture Extension Office here in Greenville, our big gardening expert, and he's going to tell us about that. So be with us tomorrow. Have a great Monday, everybody.
Don't miss the incredible year-end savings at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. We are overstocked with over 400 new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram vehicles. We aren't only discounting the 2013 models, but the 14s as well. Jeep Patriot starting at only $15,990. Dodge Grand Caravan starting at only $19,990. Ram Quad Cab starting at only $26,990. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep across from the Cracker Barrel in Greenville.
When you're on the go, it's Trade Wilco. No matter where you go in Eastern Carolina, there's sure to be an attractive and always clean Trade Wilco Hess station nearby. For the absolute lowest prices on gas, groceries, and travel necessities, stop at any of the Trade Wilco Hess stations throughout Eastern Carolina. Keep your eyes on the road, but remember to look for the green and white Hess sign. The best part? No one supports the ECU Pirates more. So when you're on the go, it's Trade Wilco.
Accidents can cause serious injuries and create many problems in your everyday life. At the law firm of Hardy & Hardy, we work to protect your rights and help solve your problems.
Attorneys Wayne and Charles Hardy help injured clients understand their rights and work diligently to obtain compensation for their damages and losses. Sharp negotiators, experienced litigators, compassionate attorneys.
If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, count on Hardy & Hardy.
Protecting the rights of the seriously injured.
This Christmas season, Suddenlink and Piggly Wiggly are teaming up with the Salvation Army to help local families in need, now at record levels. I'm Jeff Charles, urging you to support the Salvation Army's annual Eastern North Carolina Food Drive. With your help, we can bridge the gap between hunger and hope. Simply place your canned goods and non-perishable food items in a collection box at participating locations. Join us in making a difference. The Salvation Army, doing the most good.
Pepsi, born here, raised by Panthers fans everywhere.
Raise your Pepsi for a chance to win the ultimate fan experience. See specially marked 18 packs or visit PepsiRaisedHere.com to learn more.
Having a vision of what really matters is how we succeed. Keeping an eye on the ball, seeing all the things that we need. Focusing on the big picture, always striving to do what's right. Carolina Vision Care, we keep what's important in sight.
Cable 7, your hometown station.